Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays where I even better. Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays. Today we are getting back into Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Um, a couple corrections. I want to thank Gazumi for checking out the first playthrough and sending me some notes on what I got wrong. So let's run through this because this is important. When someone goes to play this game, if I made a mistake, then that might end up making them play it if they, you know, listen to what I have to say at all. But if they do, I want to make sure that everyone's playing it properly. So, Gazumi, thank you so much. Hey, Brian, what's up? All right, when you're engaged with an encounter, you do not resolve. When you're engaged with an enemy, you do not resolve encounters in the encounter step. I got that wrong. Um, so I should not be doing that. So one thing that he pointed out, which I talked about as well, is he's like, if the bag is empty, you're supposed to dump it all back in. That's not true. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to draw one token at a time, so that if the bag runs out, then that token resolves, and then you put back in. But what I do to just kind of expedite things is I draw 1, 2, because that's what you're dealing with, 1, 2, because that's what you're dealing with, and then go. So to keep things fair and to make sure there's no confusion, I'm only going to pull one token at a time. Okay. Let's see what else we got. There was something that he wrote where he said, "Oh yes, I misused Lucky Cigarette Case, where I thought Lucky Cigarette Case gave you you can use once per turn to get an auto success. That isn't true. It's you use it to get +1 to your roll." So he was like, I couldn't really see the dice because it was so far away. So to fix that, I'm employing the my dice cam, so you can see the rolls and you can read the numbers for yourself. So it's not okay. There might be some shenanigans going on there because I don't want that to happen. Let's see. Oh, when I added, and he put the timestamps too, which was great. When I did the gate burst to Rivertown last time, I did 1, 2, and I didn't do the third, and the third would have went on the agenda. So I messed that up, and that's my bad. That was a good catch. Let's see. When you deal with anomalies, this was another really great catch. I mess up a lot. Whatever. So when you deal with, hey Kate, how's it going? So when you deal with anomalies, like you're dealing with pulling from the anomaly deck, it's not how many is total on your in the neighborhood. Is how many anomalies are on your space, how much doom, and we're probably going to run into that this session. So I'll explain that more should we have to when gate tokens open up. So that was a really good catch. Let's see. Yeah, and that's it. But thank you so much, Gazumi, for catching those ones and letting me know that, keeping me on the straight and narrow. Keep me honest, people. If I'm messing up, you gotta let me know. Alrighty. So with that out of the way, and thanks to Kazumi forever, we are going to be doing. I put a vote up on my Patreon board for them to pick which the next what the next encounter was going to be, and it's going to be Feast of Umberdoth. Umberdoth. I really hope I said that right. So we'll be running through this. I started when I was like taking everything out to put it on the table. I noticed something pretty interesting too. It the Feast of Umberdoth is scenario 2 Midnight Mass of Arkham Horror card game, because it pull out the same areas that were in scenario 2: downtown, east town, Rivertown, uptown, south side. It just didn't have the graveyard. For those who played, it's in the base game, the core game. It's the second scenario, and the a lot of things that you're going to see is going to make you be like, oh, they recreated Midnight Mass, and so this ought to be good. It matches with the theme, Kate. It matches with the theme. All right, so before we get started, thank you so much to my patrons. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for helping me get this far, and hopefully to helping me get further and grow the channel. Like I said, I've been packing so far to remove at the end of this month. So games are going to be limited until the end of the month, and then you're going to see a lot of content coming from me once I fully move in and get into the space. So thank you, Patreons, for making that happen. I super appreciate it. Thank you, YouTube subscribers. I appreciate you so much as well. I'm getting close to my goal of 300 if I can get there. I think I was saying last time I might do something like have a board game day, not 24 hours, no, but a day, to where I'll play different board games and we can chat, have a good time, and just have fun. So we're gonna look into getting that once I hit my milestone. But hopefully, if I can get there. All right. So got that good stuff. We're ready to have some fun. So let's go ahead, get some information, and get down to the table and start building out this thing. Piece of underdog. That might be yeah, it might be feasting on me, the underdog, maybe. Alright, so Arkham Horror card game, 7.8. This is 3rd edition. I said card game. Arkham Horror 3rd edition. This is it got a 7.8, came out in 2018. Hey Jim, how's it going? Welcome aboard. Pull up a chair, pull up a chair. So it says best play 3-player. Okay. But you can play it 1 player, but if you play 1 player, you have to play 2-handed. Actually, nope. That's not true. You can play this game true solo. I will let you know that. You can play this game true solo, but it's harder. So, the game tries to balance itself as best as it can, but when I played it true solo, I found it harder. Let me say that. Someone else who plays this game true solo with just 1 character might say, sleep is for the weak. So, but if you want to play it, you probably can do it and be super successful because, I'm not a great dice roller. So, well, that's an understatement, but I'm not. So you might be way more successful than me and blow this game out of the water at true solo. It can be played true solo. That's something I need to state. I play it 2-handed because I find having 4 actions instead of 2 kind of helps me a little bit more. So that's what we're gonna go with. Okay. Let's see. Weight of the game. The time is probably 120 to 180 minutes. Yeah, fair. The theming for 14 plus, yeah, that's fair. The weight 3.26 out of 5. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of. The things that people would call fiddly, which I don't find fiddly. It's just part of the game. But if you can keep track of it, then bully for you. So, designer Nikki Valens and publisher Fantasy Flight Games, and a wonderful slew of artists who've done a fantastic job bringing these things to life. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's get down to the table and have some fun. Alright, so as you can see, I got my dice cam up here, so you can see what I rolled now. You can see on cursed dice, this is the cursed dice, the red ones, that 5s are not successes. 6s are, where you can see the elder sign there. So that's the bad dice. That's the dice we know want. We know want cursed dice. Put that away. The blue are the blessed dice. These are the ones we do want, where you see a 4, 5, and 6 is a success. So blue dice we want. So let's take that out. But the dice that we are going to be rolling to start has 5s and 6s as successes. There. No, that one. Sorry. So those are successes. Okay? Nothing else. So these are the dice that we'll be mainly playing with. I'll have this cam here to where I'll also put some cards down there so you can actually get to see the cards instead of me being like, okay, hold up, adjust, bring down, adjust type of deal. Okay. So we're getting into the Feast of Umberdoth. Fun looking guy. Any dice I roll is cursed dice. Alright, so let's read through this, then we'll go through the setup. I'll introduce you to our new 2 characters, because I picked 2 new characters so I can show you different characters on there, and there are a lot of characters in this game. This is why I feel like Arkham Horror, the card game's got they're not done yet. They've got a lot more to tell. Alright, so Feast for Umberdoth. The story so far. The ghoul that dwells beneath the earth hungers for the flesh of corpses, yet even they believe in worshipful fear of the devourer below. But the ghouls are not the only worshippers of Umberdoth in Arkham. So our starting space is the general store, which is somewhere here in the center. But I'll clear all that off once I got, and I'll put our characters on. So this now, tell me if this sounds familiar for people who've played Arkham Horror, the card game, for the second scenario. The worshippers of Umberdoth. The following monsters are the worshippers of Umberdoth: Alma Hill, Billy Cooper, Herman Collins, the Masked Hunter, Ruth Turner, and Wolfman Drew. When the reckoning happens, we place one doom on this sheet right here. This sheet. Okay. So monster deck, which is this here, and I've already pulled those monsters out, but we're going to have some Abyssal Servants, Corpse Takers, Eyeless Watchers, 2 Hooded Stalkers, Masked Men, and all ghoul monsters, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree. For the Mythos Cup, which is what I left these out here for you to see, there's going to be 3 Doom placement tokens going into the bag. 1, 2, 3. 2 summons. 1, 2. 2 clue tokens. 1, 2. 2 newspapers, headliners. A gate burst, a reckoning token, and 3 blanks. That is the Chaos Bag. They call it the Chaos Cup. It's the Chaos Bag. We're starting in the general store, so I'll put our investigators here to start. And then we got to do a lot of shuffling, and we're going to talk while we're shuffling. Hey, Locator, how's it going? It's the core box campaign. Yep. Yes, it is. Oh, we don't shuffle that one. This is the items deck, so we're going to shuffle these up. So like I said, this is Midnight Mass if I ever heard it, and you'll really believe this is Midnight Mass once I continue doing the setup, because I read the card that I have to pull in next, and it was like, I was like, yeah, I like that they did this. I really do. So I saw someone said that, Kate, that was you that said it was overcast. So yeah, it does bring the mood, and we had a actually pretty nice day today. It was in the 70s, so it was nice out. Me and my son got to go out for lunch and just kind of have a good time. Those are the items. These are the spells. A lot less spells, so easier to just kind of shuffle. Go. And these are the allies. And I really want one specific ally. If I could get that ally, that would be awesome. It just finished hailing at you. Hailing? Where are you located, Locator? Hailing, wow. Alright, so we'll build out the shop. We have Secret Page, which is a curio item. It costs $3. It's single-handed, and I need my glasses because I'm having slight issues tonight. Secret Page, it's an item, Curio Tome. You get +2 to lore as part of a ward action. It's actually pretty cool. We got Rabbit's Foot. Aha! Once per round, you may reroll 1 die while resolving a test. Costs $2. We got the Tattered Cloak for $5. A lot of curios. No, yeah. Tattered Cloak. Non-epic monsters ignore you while activating and do not engage you unless you attack or damage them. That is amazing. I want that. That is pretty cool. We got a magnifying glass, which you've seen before. This one says get +1 to observation as part of a research action. That's how we get clues onto our act. And finally, a knife. We got a knife. I got all curios. Nice. You get +1 strength as part of an attack action and it costs $1. Cool. So that's the shop. Okay, so we built out the shop. We chose the scenario. We built out the board. I need to shuffle the enemies. So this is all the enemies that we're gonna be having a good time with. Shoot, I shouldn't have done that because I need to get a vicious glut and then a fitted stalker. But put those to the side. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle these out. Mythical land called the Outside. It was a magical place. It was a magical. So we do that. We do and then we do the events, which I got all the events for this area for this specific scenario. So if you buy this game, don't say, "Oh, these are all the events." Get the massive deck out, put it in there. If you look at the bottom, and I'll show it in this camera here, best as I can. Down here, you'll see that it has Feast of Umberdoth here. These are the events that you save for your scenario. Sacramento. Hailed in Sacramento. Yep. Here. These up. Do the things that make other board gamers cringe, like bend the card. Yeah, I hope all's well. The hail is not great. Was it a really bad hailstorm that happened? All right, so that's that. Okay, so we do that. Create the monsters, we create the mythos cup. I'm just making sure I do everything right by the book. The headliners, we'll shuffle these up and draw 13. So replayability, right? Shuffle these up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Put the rest back in the box. Okay, so these are our headlines. Prepare our assets. We did. Prepare the pools. Prepare the archive. So the archive says add cards 1, 10, and 11 to the codex. So 1, 10, and 11 to the codex. Okay, and we will read through these in a. Do we find out what we have to do? Nope. Do it now. Outbreak. Windows are shut, curtains drawn, doors locked. Citizens hurry through the streets, casting glances over their shoulders. A sinister unease gathers in the city, lurking on the rooftops and pooling in every shadow. As dread mounts, people and animals react in unpredictable ways, fleeing or lashing out at those around them. And with each new outbreak of fear and violence, the Ancient One grows stronger. So, if a space has 4 or more doom, remove 3 doom from that space, then place 1 doom in each other space in that neighborhood, and 1 doom on the scenario sheet. So 4, bad. Last time it was 3. 4, this time, bad. So that's the outbreak. Fresh meat. The steep gabled roofs of Arkham just jut like teeth into the night sky, tearing through the fog that billows up from the Miskatonic River. The city sleeps at night, but something moves through the darkness. Corpses have been vanishing from the morgue, from the graveyard. Now, the living are missing too. Saul Chandler, wink wink, the butler and his wife Lita are among the missing according to the gossip at Scoffner's General Store. Even the expedition to map Arkham's caves came to a bad end, and aside from Joe Meir at the asylum, none of their bodies were ever found either. Sorry, something funny. You step into the Arkham night and stomp some of the cold out of your limbs. Someone has to do something, and that someone apparently is you. So, our act. When there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, discard all clues from the scenario sheet and flip this card. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. The Hunger Below. With each fog-haunted night, Arkham is struck by more strange disappearances. Almost human footprints are found in the soft earth of the Protestant graveyard. Skulking figures are spotted climbing Hangman's Hill, and in back rooms and secret chambers, citizens of Arkham gather for a dark purpose. A dark man with a dark purpose. Okay, sure. The scent of fear is heavy in the air, as is a growing sense of anticipation. Something is coming. Something that you feel in the back of your mind. Where your ancient Something you feel in the back of your mind where your ancient ancestor felt the approach of predators that were too terrible to fight. So, when there are 8 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card. So that's the agenda. So the agenda is 8 or more on this card, and the act is for us to get 3 clues on this card. Okay, doable. But the reckoning kind of could hurt us. All right. So we've done all that. Cool. So I'll put this over here. Okay, next up would be to choose our investigators. So our investigators are going to be... Yes, that is Roland. So we've got Zoe Samris and Roland Banks that we're going to be playing with. So let me give you I will have to zoom in a little for you guys to see who they are. I'll read their backstory, and then we'll choose what they got and go from there. So, Roland. I can get this focused. There we go. So this is Roland. He's got Fight for the Truth. As part of an attack action, you may add 1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues in your neighborhood. So, pretty cool. His focus limit is 2. Health 7. Sanity 5, and he's pretty much even keel across the board for these things. So Roland fed. This is pretty cool to get +1. Add +1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues in your neighborhood. So clues, great for him. And our second one is Zoe Samris. So Zoe, the chef, Grace of St. George. After you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom from your space and recover 1 health. She also has Answer the Call. After you defeat a monster with Elite, become blessed. So her observation's not that great, but everything else is pretty good. She's got some strong willpower. Health of 5, Sanity is 7. So she's an offshoot of Roland. So Roland's abilities that we get to choose from. Actually, let me not be blurry anymore, and read his backstory, and then we will do a setup. So the story is so far. Roland had always found solace in rules, guidelines, and regulations. No matter how complex the case, the agency handbook always put things in a comfortable and predictable context. The math always added up. It should have been an easy investigation. A girl was missing, kidnapped, Roland deduced, by a disgruntled former domestic employee. His training made it easy to identify motive, means, and opportunity. Open and shut. His training didn't prepare Roland for the ritual he interrupted when he found the girl, and there was nothing in his guidelines about the creature that lurked beyond that glimmering doorway. Somebody needed to write a new handbook. So Roland's a guardian, and his secondary role is as a seeker. So it is your responsibility to protect your fellow investigators. This could mean helping them recover from trauma or dispatching monsters before they become a threat. Guardian, right? His starting possessions are his 38 special. I won't make the band reference this time. So his 38 special is an item, common weapon. You get +2 strength as part of an attack action. If the monster you're attacking has a remnant icon, you get +3 instead. So that means that for his attacks on base monsters that don't have remnants is going to be 5 dice. With monsters with remnants, it'll be 6 dice that he'll roll. He starts off with $3, and then we choose between two things. We choose between. We choose between Implacable. When you would gain a remnant, you may recover 1 health and 1 sanity instead. Or follow up. You may gain a remnant. You may when you would gain a remnant, you may spawn a clue instead. I'm gonna get this one here because his health would be awesome. So I'm gonna take Implacable. All right, so that's his setup. So we'll put his other card over here, and then we'll go to. So his starting cards is, and he starts with $3. 3 buckaroos. So he's gonna have Implacable, which can take when you would, so it can offset some damage and sanity if he needs it. And remnants are basically things you get from monsters. Can't wait to see the new chair. Oh, my game chair just got delivered. Gotta go put it together. I would say good luck, but it's Arkham with dice and chaos tokens. All right, yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's awesome, Locator. Can't wait to see the new chair on your videos. That's gonna be great. He starts off with $3. $3. Okay, Zoe. The story so far. Zoe Samurai always kept her knives sharp. At first, it was simply a habit drilled into her by years training under the finest chef in the world. A chef's tool, they taught her, were her knives and the fire that transformed something simple into something divine, something transcendent. Some impulse, a voice in her head one night, told her to take a different route home, and the scales fell from her eyes. She saw monsters, horrid, blood-drenched, sharp-toothed monsters, feasting on a man in the alley. The voice in her head, the voice of God himself, compelled her to cleanse their foul hunger from the earth, and so too to cleanse all the horrors that lurked in the shadows. Her tools served her well. So, cool. She is a guardian as well. But her secondary role is a mystic. You're adept at warding against evil. Your focus should be on removing doom from the board. You're the best defense against the Ancient Ones. So she starts off with Zoe's knife, the chef's knife. Is here. So she starts off with the chef's knife that says you get +2 strength as part of an attack action. After you reroll a die while resolving a test, add 1 to the result of that die. So cool. So that's actually pretty cool. And then she has to choose between Zoe's cross and her enchant weapon. Ooh, she's got a spell. You guys get to see a spell. So Zoe's cross. After you become engaged with a monster, you may deal 1 damage to this item to test willpower. Deal damage to that monster equal to the test result. Ooh, that's a free attack. But it only can last for 3. So it's only 3 times. Enchant weapon. So spell ritual. At the start of your turn, you may test lore. If you pass, attach this card to a weapon in your space. Attach. Once per round, while performing an attack action, you may reroll 1 die or all die. This is a tough one. What do y'all think? So one says that when I become engaged with a monster, I can deal I deal 1 damage to this item. It has 3 health on it. To test willpower. Her willpower is pretty decent. It's 4. If I pass, which means I just get 1 success. Well, no, if I get any successes, deal damage to that monster equal to your test result. So if I roll 4 dice and I get 4 successes, as soon as I become engaged with the monster, I hit it for 4. But unless I can mitigate damage on items, I can only do it 3 times. Then we have Enchant Weapon, which is I will take a sanity damage every single time I use the spell, but at the start of my turn, I can test lore. If I pass it, attach this weapon to your space. So actually, attach this card to a weapon in your space. Once per round while performing an attack action. So basically, it lets me re-roll dice. So it'll let me re-roll dice. So hey, Steven, how's it going? I don't know which one to pick for her. She also starts off with $3. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I? I don't know which one to pick. The cross is pretty cool because it lets me deal damage, but I can only use it 3 times unless I find a card to mitigate that. Enchant weapon. She can take the damage, and if I can get remnants, I can mitigate the damage. But I don't know. So, what do you think? Let me know. I'm gonna drink some water while you let me know what you think. Let's hear your thoughts. Zoe's cross or the enchant weapon? Dice reroll is pretty good for me since I suck at dice rolling, so I might go with the enchant weapon, to be honest. The cross, you think, Brian? You think cross as well, Steven? Hmm. Okay. We will go with the cross. I will trust you. Alright, and she has $3 to start. 2 and 3. Alrighty. So I gotta remember her abilities. After you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom from your space or recover 1 health, which could take it off of the cross. So fighting is her thing. After you defeat a monster with elite, I get blessed dice. So she's the hunter. His one is as part of an attack action, you may add 1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues in your neighborhood. This is actually pretty cool. I like how this is shaken out. Okay. We need to shuffle these, and then we're ready to begin. Oh, and I still need to finish building out the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad thing. You should trust us when we have made... When have we made a bad decision for you, Steve? Yeah. So shuffle these up. Shuffle these up. We're ready to tires. And these, and we're ready to go. So our job is to get three clues. 3. That's it. All right. So we put those there. We do our final setup, which is spawn Doom. So Doom goes here, here, here at the graveyard. So there is the graveyard in this scenario. Here at Hangman's Hill, and here at the Historical Society. Then we will spawn a vicious glutton. That thing. Doesn't it look friendly? Looks friendly, right? Let's give you a hug. So it's got 2 health. And yeah, it's got a remnant. So Roland should probably kill that. Alright, so Vicious Glutton's gonna go at Hangman's Hill, and the hooded stalker is actually here at the graveyard. Okay. So then make sure we got final preparations. Draw the top 3 cards of the event deck 1 at a time and draw clues. So downtown, we'll grab 2, put down. Shuffle these around. Once again, I don't know why they tell me to do this. Okay. The next one is Rivertown. Shuffle these up. And finally, Uptown. Uptown. These, grab the top two. There. Okay. Place starting Doom. So, place one Doom token on each face on the back of the scenario, which I did. Spread Doom once. Draw the bottom card. Spread Doom once. So Doom is going to Easttown. To Hibbs Roadhouse. Hibbs Roadhouse. Here. And then we're good. Final scenario setup, which we already did. We put the characters over here. So we're good. And we are ready to go. Okay, so move actions. Remember, the things I could do on my action to start off, there's 4 phases: the action phase, monster phase, encounter phase, and then the mythos phase. So the action phase, I can move 2 spaces. If I spend an additional $1, I can move 3. If I spend another $1, I can move 4. But that's as far as I can go. I can gain a resource, which is just getting $1. Focus, so I can focus the skill, get stuff. I can ward the area to remove Doom. I can attack and engage a monster. I can evade, research, trade, blah, blah, blah. So, let's see. Well, she's a killer. And I think we're gonna let her do what we're gonna let Zoe do what Zoe do best. So Zoe's her first action is she's gonna move into the graveyard space and become engaged with the Hooded Stalker, who has 1 health, and nothing stops me from hitting him. So he has 1 health. He doesn't limit my dice, but if I try to evade him by using observation, I roll -1 die. So she can't evade because she only has 1 observation, but she sure enough can attack. So after you become engaged with a monster, you may deal 1 damage to this item. Actually, she's gonna roll 3 dice to try to. So first action move, second action engage. Well, second action attack because it becomes engaged with me. Yeah, let's make this a kind of guarantee with my dice rolling. So take 1 damage on this to test willpower. So I roll 4 dice. I got 1 success, and it says deal damage to that monster equal to your test result. Ha! It dies. And that wasn't even an action. That was just when it says after you become engaged with a monster. So when I moved into the area, it engaged me. You may deal 1 damage. You may deal 1 damage to this to deal 1 damage. Oh, that was a free action. That was a free action as I read it, because it says after you become engaged with a monster. So when I moved into the area, it automatically engaged me. It then says deal, and it's not an action. Cool. And then this thing says after you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 Doom from your space or recover 1 health. Free. And that's not an action either, because this is after you defeat a monster. So I will. This Zoe's cross thing is a good that was a good idea. So her second action is going to be to ward this area. So she has to use lore to ward, which she rolls 3 dice. And I got a success, as you can see. So that go away. So we have warded that area. And cool. So that ends her turn. She's done. So now it is Roland Bank's turn. Roland is going to move 2 to engage with this vicious glutton. So 1, 2. The vicious glutton becomes engaged with him, and the vicious glutton has 2 health, but it's going to limit my die -1, so I lose 1 die. The creature looks up, still licking blood from its white fangs. Ugh, gross. All right, so you're engaged with Roland. Roland's ability says, as part of an attack action, you may add 1 to the result of a number of dice equal to the number of clues in your neighborhood. There's 1 clue in this neighborhood, so I get to add +1 to 1 die. When you gain remnant, and it has a remnant, so it says you get +2 as part of an attack action. If the monster you are attacking has a remnant, which it does by this symbol, you gain +3 instead. So I will be rolling 6 dice against this monster McMonsterface. And this says when you gain a remnant, you may recover 1 health and 1 sanity instead of getting it. Muha. Muhahaha. Wow. Okay, so because there's 1 clue on my location, I will pop this 4 to a 5, which makes it a success. And I get to roll 1 more die. So I know I've hit the monster for 1 damage. So now let's hope I can roll well. 6! Woohoo! So I got a 6, which is 2 damage, which kills it. So you die because I roll 6 dice because he has a remnant. So I get a remnant because I'm not hurt, and a remnant goes on my card. It's dead. Cool. Remember, it says that I get 3, so 3 and 3 strength, which is 6. I roll 5 and then 1 more. So I killed it. I got a remnant. Yay. Okay. Cool. That works. So that is the end of my actions, because it was move and then attack. So, starting off strong. Only uphill from here. You know what happens when you get to the top of the hill? You trip over a stone and you tumble all the way back down. Alright, so next up is the monster phase. There are no monsters on the board. Next up is the encounter phase. So, Zoe is in Rivertown, so we will go with the Rivertown. She is in the graveyard. And it's the clue that's here. Alright, and she's in the graveyard, which is at the bottom, so let's read what's what. You fall into an open grave and struggle to climb back out. Test strength. Thank you. Exactly what I didn't want. Okay, so let's see what happens. I got 1 success. I got a 5, so I passed it. If you pass, you discovered the dismembered remnants of ghouls embedded in the dirt walls. You gain 1 remnant. Hey, I'll take that. And 1 clue from your neighborhood. Yay! And we discard. Then we go with Roland, who is in Uptown. Roland got a card that's not the clue card, and he is on Hangman's Hill. What did I get for that? Something. Okay, so you wait until the Sheldon's gang thugs leave before sneaking in to pry open a crate. Test strength. 3. Yeah. I did not get any successes. If you fail, you take too long, and the Sheldon gang returns to rough you up. You suffer 2 damage. Oh, man. No. So he's already taken. Yep. That's that. So we put this back in Uptown. That was unfortunate. Okay. Then we finish the encounter phase. Now we do the mythos phase. So, into the bag of terrible, horrible, no good, very bad things. Shuffle them up, shuffle them up. Okay, first, we get that. And I'm going to resolve it. I'm putting it on Zoe first, so I'm just going to resolve one at a time. So Zoe's first one, and you're supposed to draw 2 now. Zoe's first one is that, which is... that is Spawn Doom. Discard the bottom card of the event face up and place 1 Doom token on the location marked. Bottom card. East Town. Doom going on the police station. The Policia. Alright, now remember, this says when there are... If a space has 4 or more Doom, remove 3 Doom from that space and spread it. Okay. So that goes there. Her next one that we draw is a blank. so nothing happens. We remove those from the bag. Roland. We're pulling from the headline. Big city burglars busted. Gang of thieves robbed rich. Gave to selves. Accomplices believes to be in Arkham. Nothing like that here, says cop. By A1 Associated Press. Headline. For each item you have, you suffer 1 damage unless you discard that item. I have my gun. So I'm going to take 1 damage. Roland is oof. That is awful. That goes over there. And then his second one. So he's taken 3 damage and we just got started. Is a blank. So nothing happened. Alright. Yeah, I can see the dice rolls and the chaos stuff that I pulled. Cool. So that is the end of the mythos. And now we're back to the action phase. Okay. So Zoe. Zoe. What you gonna do, girl? Zoe is going to move. Yeah, let's start 1, 2 to the police station, and then she's going to ward for her second action, rolling 3 dice. She got 1 success here and 1 success there, so she got 2 successes. You get to clear as much doom as you have successes, so she gets rid of both. That ends her turn. Okay. Last time we didn't, we kind of got a little overzealous, so we paid the price, so this time we won't. So that was move and ward. Roland is going to... What are you going to do, Roland? Roland's going to ward for 1, and then he'll probably move to St. Mary's. Because St. Mary's will let us heal a little bit. So Roland will ward, which is 2. He's going to roll 2 dice. I got a 5, which is a success. So I'll get rid of this doom. And then his second action is to move to St. Mary's. And that will end his turn. Monster phase. No monsters about. So then the encounter phase. Zoe is in Easttown. So Zoe's at the police station. As you're about to leave the station, Deputy Dingby stops you and accuses you of littering. Despite your protest that you didn't drop anything, he forces something... Wait. Sorry, let me start over, because I can't read. As you're about to leave the station, Deputy Dingby stops you and accuses you of littering. Despite your protest that you didn't drop anything, he forces something you've never seen before into your hands. I seen you, he says. I seen you do it. You gain 1 common item with value 3 or less. So a common item is this one here, which is the rabbit's foot. A common item is the magnifying glass. A common item is the knife. Once per round, you may reroll 1 die while resolving a test. I think for the magnifying glass for Zoe, actually, because her observation sucks. So, I think I'm gonna get the magnifying glass for Zoe. Nope, she can't. And she already has her 2 hands full with the chest knife and Zoe's cross. She can get another item, and I can say I will unequip 1 to do the other. I just have to state that at the beginning of her turn, and that's her turn. So, or I could get the rabbit's foot for re-rolling dice. I think I'm going to give her the magnifying glass. Because I need to be able to get that clue onto the act. So that ends hers. Okay. I seen you do it. The new item that comes out is Grotesque Statue. It's a magical curio. After you perform a research action, you may suffer 1 horror to research 1 clue. Place it on the scenario sheet. Oh, so it's basically 2 for 1. Nice. Okay. So, alright, that ends hers. Roland's at St. Mary's, which is in Uptown. Yes, and it is the clue. So, St. Mary's. Dr. Mortimer does not have time for you unless you are paying customer seeking care. That's about right. You may spend $1 to pay his fee. If you do, he stitches you up and recounts all the strange bites that he has seen lately. You or an ally recovers 3 health, and you gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Hey, so I recover 3 health, and I get the clue. Thank you. So, yeah, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I'll take those odds. Okay, so I spent that dollar, got healed for 3. So something about the allies. This was another thing that was pointed out to me. Um, it says you or where is it? Oh gosh. When it says you or an ally recovers 3 health, allies are these people. Allies are not her. So when it says you're an ally, I can't heal Zoe. Rolling can't heal Zoe unless he has bandages. But if he has an ally, he can heal that ally. That's what that means. So keep that in mind. I messed that up last time. This is a suspiciously nice start to an Arkham game. It gets worse. It gets worse. The Mythos bag will level me out. Alright, so um he drew that, so now we're back on the Mythos. And remember, we need so I think the next thing to do should things go well for this Mythos bag is to start getting these 2 clues onto the act. Okay, so Zoe. Summon monster. Okay, so on summon monster we pull from the bottom. So she is gonna have fun with the masked one. So that masked one, it says spawn at most doom. So I get to pick wherever it's gonna go. I'm gonna probably put it right. Put it here actually. Probably gonna put it there. It's a lurker, so space 1 doom in your space. 2 plus health. What does the plus mean? So 2 plus health. Elite. Elite 1 has 1 additional health per investigator, so it has 4 health. After this monster attacks, you suffer 2 damage unless you place 1 doom on your space, and it hits you for 1 sanity. This is awful. So it has 4 health. Yeah, I'm gonna put you right there. Sorry, that's his exhausted side. There you go. Yep, we're gonna have some fun. And then her second one. And Doom. Doom! Doom goes bottom. Doom is going on Hangman's Hill. Here. Just cleared that. Okay. That is Zoe. Roland. The Gate Burst and the Reckoning is still in here. Roland. Hey, what did I just draw? Gate Burst. So Gate Burst is draw the top card of the event deck and place 1 doom on each space. So that is going to be in Uptown, where Roland is. So Roland's not leaving Uptown for a while. 2 and 3. Cool. Cool. And then we're going to notice the Gate Burst. Shuffle the card into the discard and place it at the bottom. These ones. Shuffle all this good, fun stuff up. Place these at the bottom. Okay. Then his second, I told you would. The next one is summon a creature. Okay, I think you jinxed me. This is the Ghoul Acolyte. Spawn at unstable space. There's none. So he has 2 health. After you evade this monster, it moves 1 space towards the unstable space. So there is no unstable space. Let's see. Let's see what happens when there is no unstable space. think I get to put it. I get to put it at the starting location if there isn't an unstable space. Yes, that's the rule. If there is no unstable space, it goes to the starting location. And it's so place one. It's a lurker. Place one doom at an unstable space. Cool, cool, cool. Who jinxed me? Who did it? Who did it? Kate. All right, so that's his two. All right, next round. This is unfortunate. Zoe, you probably need to deal with this problem. And I think you will. So Zoe's going to move 1, 2, and become engaged with this masked one. He's a lurker, but he's not aloof. So she becomes engaged. He has 4 health. He doesn't block her dice. When she becomes engaged with the monster, this is her free action. She's going to put 1 damage on there. Test willpower of 4. And she got 1 success. So the monster gets 1 damage on it. And then she's going to attack with her knife. And it says you get +2 as part of an attack action. After you reroll a die while resolving a test, add 1 to the result. So I get +2. So she attacks with 3, 4, 5. So she's going to attack with 5. Let's see. That's after you defeat. But it's not an elite. This one's an elite. So if I can kill this one, I'll become blessed. So here we go. 5 dice. I got 1 success. Darn it. So I got 1 success, so only 2 damage on the monster. Ooh, it is gonna hurt me good. Alright. That's all she can do. She didn't focus to reroll dice. And remnants are only so you don't take doom. Let me verify that in this really cool book that they put together. And it is, I'm not saying that sarcastically, this is a really good book. Remnants represent the remains of defeated monsters. You can spend remnants while casting a spell to prevent suffering horror. Mechanical Texan has trusted you to spend remnants for other benefits. Remnants can be gained most commonly from defeating monsters. Remnants can be traded. Yeah, so it's only to stop you from taking damage during spells. Alright, so she's going to take a hit. That's the end of her turn. Roland's turn. I can take 1 turn of him, but I need to clear this nonsense up. Hangman's Hill is bad. Okay, 1, 2. This thing has 2 health. I don't need you spreading gloom. 1, 2. I'm going to engage with it. Last time I didn't do that, I paid the price. So it has 2 health. I'm not evading this monster. I'm just going to fight it straight up. It's not elite, so I'm rolling 2 extra dice +3, so 5. So I'm rolling 5 dice to hit it. As part of an attack action, there's no clues in that location, so his special ability doesn't kick in. I got 1 success. Why? Why? Yep, I got 1 success. So 1 damage goes on that monster. I'm gonna get hurt. And that ends my turn. So, this monster says, after this monster attacks, you suffer 2 damage unless you place 1 doom in your space. I'm confident that she can clear that. So I will place 1 doom in that space. And I will take 1 sanity hit from it as well, because it deals 1 sanity no matter what. You are going to take 1 damage and 1 sanity hit. I'm going to put the sanity on implacable and and the damage on Roland. Okay. That's the monster phase. Then we're both engaged, so we don't draw encounters. The encounter phase doesn't happen. We just go straight to the mythos. Kate, you brought this on me. please. Gravy, please. Oh, the Reckoning. Place one. So the Reckoning. Place one doom on the agenda. I don't have anything that causes anything else to trigger. What about here? What do you do? Nope, that is not you. Yep, that's it. That's all that happened. So the Reckoning's out of the bag. And this is Zoe, by the way. And clue. Spawn one clue, draw the top card, which is in Rivertown, which is fantastic. That's where Roland is. That's actually pretty good. Because now Roland can add one to his next roll to kill this thing. Alright. And this monster has a remnant. Good, so I can heal. Alright, put that in Rivertown. So that was Zoe. Now for Roland. I think there's one more demon summon in there somewhere. Nothing. And another clue. Top card. South side. South side, south side. Round 2. Okay. Our turn. This time I'm gonna let Roland go first. He's going to attack with 5 dice. I got 1, 2, 3 successes. Where were you last round? So I blow it out of the water. It's dead. And it has a remnant token, which is here. So it says, instead of gaining a remnant, heal, recover 1 health and 1 sanity. Pop, pop. I'm back to normal. It's dead. After, as part of an attack, yeah, and I would have added +1, so whatever. So that's his first action. His second action is going to be... he is going to do observation. He's going to roll 3 dice. Let's get rid of this clue, and then next turn I'll go ward. I got 1 success, which is a 5, which is fantastic, so I get to put this clue on the act. And that will end his turn. Zoe's turn. Zoe is going to... She's engaged, so she's going to attack. So she's going to roll all 5 die. And she will attack. 1 success. Are you... Come on. 1 success. Can I do anything about that? Nope. I sure enough can. Alright, so 1 success on a 5 roll. She needs to focus. For next action, because I can't attack twice, it says when you're engaged, while engaged with a monster, you can either focus, attack, or evade. So, she's going to focus, so she can reroll. Focus 1 skill of your choice. She's going to focus strength. That is unfortunate, because she's got to take this hit this time. So that's her 2. She's done. The monster's going to attack her. She's going to take the 2 damage, because I can't put another doom on there just in case something bad happens. So she takes 2 damage. And 1 sanity hit. That is not great. Alright, so that is the monster phase because he's not engaged anymore. Then comes the encounter phase. She's engaged, so she doesn't draw an encounter. He is not engaged, and he's at the general store in Rivertown. Clue. Fantastic. Great, great, great. And you're at the general store. David Scoffner says that the expedition into the caves ordered a lot of equipment that they didn't pick up. You may buy 1 common item from the display for half price rounded up. If you do, he outlines what the expedition hoped to accomplish. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. Good, 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 good. So half price for an item, a common item. The rabbit's foot's there. Once per round, you may reroll one die while resolving a test. That would be great. Or the grotesque statue. Nope, that's not a common item. I don't need a dagger because my gun does what I need. I'm gonna buy the rabbit's foot for $1 because it's half the price. So the rabbit foot's let me re-roll a die, which is great. And that is what happened. Okay. Then we go to the Mythos phase. So, Zoe. Masked Man Mystery. Strange visitors spotted on Arkham streets. Pedestrians note sinister air. Police advise do not approach. By Minnie Klein, staff writer. Headline: choose another investigator in any space. Spawn one monster in that investigator's space. It engages that investigator or another investigator in that space. I can't get a break. Hey, look, it's an eyeless watcher. How terrible. So, an eyeless watcher has 3 health. And it's a watcher. This monster does not restrict your actions or encounters. It moves with you. Cool, and it engages me, because the card says it does. Fantastic! Great! And her second one, smooth! Uptown, of course it is. St. Mary's Hospital. So Uptown needs to be warded. Things are going not well. So, cool. Cool, so that is her. The bag is empty, so gotta refill it. So for Roland, please. Oh, come on. Come on! Roland, Easttown gets one in the police station. Okay. Not too bad. Not gate first. Please not gate first. Please not gate first. Please, no. 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 Another. Uptown. St. Mary's. That's 3. Oh, boy. If St. Mary's gets one more, we got a problem. Okay. And I'm engaged with a stupid monster. Alright, so... Zoe, go first. Please, Zoe. Kill this monster, and then be done with this foolishness. So Zoe's gonna roll 5 dice. I just need 1 stinking success. Actually, she's gonna roll 6 dice, because he has the +1 on the focus. But I'm gonna say 5, just in, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Oh, got 3. Whatever. Whatever. Killed it. Whatever. And there's no remnant tokens gotten from that. They're dead. And she says, after you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom from your space or recover 1 health. I'm gonna remove a doom. And that was an elite monster. And also, after you defeat a monster with elite, I become blessed. Thank you. Blessed. While resolving a test, 4, 5s, and 6s count as successes. So she is blessed. So that was her first action. Her second action is going to be to get down here and solve this problem. So, 1, 2, 3. If I spend $1, I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna spend $1 to go 3. Yep, and let's hope. Let's hope. We'll just hope. So she's blessed now. Okay. Cool, Roland's turn. Roland's engaged with this fun creature. Fun. It has a remnant, so he's going to roll 6 dice instead of 5. Let's have some fun with that, shall we? Wow. So, as part of an attack action, you may add 1 to the result for the number of clues in your area. So I'm going to get 1 success. I'm going to push that there and get that 1 success on there. Because, you know. And once per round, you may reroll 1 die while resolving a test. So I'm going to reroll a die. 3. Yay. Not yay. And that was his first action. His second action is he is going to let's focus. Let's really make attacks worthwhile, shall we? So we're going to focus strength. That's the second action, and that ends his turn. So monster turn. He's going to hit Roland for 1 sanity damage. And I'll put that on Implacable Talent, so Roland doesn't have to take it. And then Zoe is not engaged, so she will. So encounter phase, he doesn't draw anything. Zoe's not engaged, so she will from the general store at Rivertown. The storm clouds part, and a shaft of golden sunlight spills down upon you. The smell of the rain and warmth of the sun make you feel invincible. You become blessed. I hate you hard. Flash sale! Everything half off! Shouts Davy Schooner. You may buy 1 common item for half the price. Oh, and I didn't replace this one. This one is the Magic Tome. It's a curio. You get +3 to lore while casting a spell. I may buy something. Nah. Because it would cost too much. It actually would cost 2. No, because no. I'm not gonna buy any. Because I was like, I could buy the secret page for the warding, but nope. Okay. That ends that craziness. Now we go to this phase. Oh. Okay. Now we go to this phase, so we're doing the Mythos bag, Zoe. Mysticism, Mysticism, Maleficence. Occultism craze sweeps Arkham. Police warn most mediums frauds. Feature boosts magic very real by Rex Murphy, staff writer. Test willpower -1. If you fail, place 1 doom in your space. She is blessed. Willpower is 4. She got 1 success, so she passed it. No one cares. Oh, and she can lose bless by failing her roll. So that was the first one. Second one. Spawn another monster. Yay! It's a ghoul acolyte. Spawns an unstable space. The unstable space is St. Mary's Hospital. It spawns there, and it's a lurker. It must die. It must die now. So that's her 2. Roland. Why does it say if you're engaged, you don't pull from the Mythos bag? Why not? Why not? Why not do that for me? Clue. Clue pulls from the downtown, gets clue. Shuffle these up. Okay. And his other one. Nothing. Sweet. Okay, so first things first. 1, 2. Let's let's engage this lovely person who has 2 health. I'm gonna put 1 damage on here. That's willpower. I pass 2, so 2 damage on him. He's dead. Free action. And after you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom. Yes. So that was my first action. My second action is I'm going to ward. 1, 2, 3 successes. So I'm going to get rid of both of these. And there is a rule for that where I think I might be getting a remnant. If you remove 2 or more doom with a single ward action, you gain 1 remnant. Yep. So she gets another one. And it was an elite. Cool. Okay. Cool. Yep. So we're doing we're doing it. Alright, so that was her turn. Roland is still engaged with this creature, so he is going to attack. It is. There is still a clue on there, so I get to do +1. The creature has a remnant, so I'm rolling 6 dice. So I got 1 success, and this 4, I'm going to +1 it to a 5, which makes it 2, which kills this creature. And it has a remnant, so I get a remnant. Creature dead. Okay. That's his first action. His second action is going to be where can I get people from? Independence Square has people. Willpower, no, it doesn't. It has looking for where I can get help from. Spells are in the Black Cave. Ma's boarding house can heal me. The Historical Society has people, and that's it. Blurg. I'm going to move to Hangman's Hill. Alright, all awful creatures are dead. That ends my turn. So now we will go with Zoe in Uptown at St. Mary's. Nurse Sharon calls your name. It's been a pretty quiet day. We'll have you all fixed up and out the door in no time. After Dr. Mortimer examines you, he recommends a few quick and inexpensive procedures. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 health. Yes, yes. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Alright, cool, cool. So that helps. That helps a lot. And then Roland is also there, and he is on Hangman's Hill. So a coven of witches has gathered in the woods, performing some sort of occult ritual. You try to keep calm. Test willpower. Okay, let's see what happens if I pass. I'm only rolling 3 dice, but I can re-roll 1 die at least. I can re-roll 1 die because I rolled all 3s. There it is. Success. Thank goodness. If you pass, you observe them from the shadows and steal some ritual components. You gain 1 spell and 1 remnant. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Boom. Blind Binding. It's a spell, and let me. Binding. Action. Choose 1 monster on any space and test lore using that monster's evade modifier. If you pass, exhaust the monster, and it would be 1 sanity, but I could spend remnants to mitigate that. That is awesome. So binding. That is fabulous. Okay. So that is his. Let's go back to the bag. Nothing for Zoe. The Reckoning. Yay! So one doom goes on this card. And remember, it says if 8 or more doom, bad things happen. Okay, so that's Zoe. 8 burst still in. There's a gate burst and a summon demon. Nothing for Roland. Hey, there it is. Gate burst. Okay, so gate burst are top card of the event. Rivertown. Rivertown is gonna have a good time. 1, 2, 3. And grab all this fun. Here. There's a lot of Rivertowns in here. Shuffle these back up. And then from there, we put this back. That was rolling. Okay, next round. So Zoe needs to get that clue, and then she needs to get over, but I think Zoe's going to come up here and ward, so she can get something. I might spend that extra. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so Roland is going to ward to start. So he wards with 2. He got 1 success. So there's that. And then he is going to sanity check. Help with sanity at the church. Ooh. So I can get here to get that clue. Yeah, Zoe can get here to get that clue. So Roland's going to move 1, 2 up to the door. And that'll end his turn. Zoe is going to move. Cost money to help clear some sanity. This will give her a spell, heal, magic shock. There's no clues here. First thing she's going to do is she's going to observe. She's going to research. She rolls 1 die. Ooh, risque. I could spend that strength 1 to re-roll it. Yeah, let me do that. Oh wait, she's blessed. I forgot. Sorry. Ooh, she can lose her bless if she screws this up. No, I don't want to do that. She can use her bless if she screws this up. I don't want to do that. She is going to Roland can get that clue. She can move here to help clear her sanity for money. But I know since I have the gate burst, this is back. There's going to be problems happening here. I'm going to move her here for 1. And then I'm going to ward, which is 3. And she failed. I'm going to reroll 1 die by spending my focus. So I don't lose blessed. Come on. And she failed, so she loses blessed. Fantastic. That ends her turn. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Neither one of them are no monsters on the board. Neither one of them are engaged. So Roland went first. This is the order I choose to go with. So Roland's going to pull this, and he's at the general store. A bed-raggled gray tabby eye... A bed-raggled gray tabby eyes you with suspicion from the alley nearby. Either test influence to pretend to ignore the cat, or spend $1 to coax it out with your fresh fish. If you pass or spend the money, the feline takes an interest, and I get a cat. Spend $1 for a free cat. And I will get the stray cat. Not black cat, stray cat. Please don't be something terrible. Please don't be something terrible. Please don't be something terrible. As part of an evade action, you may discard this card to add 2 successes to your test result. Cool. Huh. So the stray cat, I'll show stray cat. Yeah, there you go. So it can take some damage too. As part of an evade action, you may discard this card to add 2 successes to your result. So we can throw the cat at the monster and run away. Okay with that. Alright. So that is yours, Roland. Rivertown. Zoe's in Uptown. And she's at Ye Old Magic Shop. These books were owned by the Comte de Saint Germain himself, explains Miriam Beecher. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. So you know I can't let him go cheap. Reveal the top 4 spells in the deck. You may buy any number of them. Put the rest back at the bottom. I got $1. Let's see what I can buy. So we've got Find Gate. So action, test lore. If you pass, you may move to a space of your choice with 1 or more doom. There is Alchemist Process. Test lore. You gain $1 for each success you roll. There is Flesh Ward. Once per round, if you, another investigator, or an ally on any space would suffer damage, you may test lore, prevent damage equal to your test result. Okay. And the finale. Astral Travel. Instead of a normal move action, you may test lore. You move a number of spaces equal to your test result plus 2. Wow, that would be epic. You may buy any number of them, put the rest at the bottom of the deck. Well, I've only got $1. So I can buy Alchemical Process, and that's it. So basically, I gain $1 for each success I roll as an action. So instead of gaining a resource, I can use the spell. I want Astral Travel, but I don't have dollars. That's unfortunate. But a spell's a spell's a spell. So I'll get that spell for $1. And then these 3 go at the bottom. Okay. Why can't it just be like, get a free spell? Pick what you like. Alright, so that is Zoe and Roland. Then we go back to Yawn Bag of painful, horrible, no good, very bad things. There's only 4 in here, so. The Gate Burst and the Reckoning is out. So let's see what we get. Clue. Top card clue. Top. South side. What do y'all think so far? Are you enjoying it? I think it's pretty fun. I'd like to know what happens next. I really do. And the demon! The demon, Zoe. The demon comes for you. Pop. And it's the Flesh Eater. Spawn an unstable space. Cool, so it's going to become engaged with Roland. It has 2 health. So, the unstable space, if there's not one here, it's where you started. So, the Flesh Eater is there, which it will become engaged with Roland. Zoe seems to be, like, Screwing over Roland pretty royally. First, for Roland, oh my gosh, how do I take cats, dogs, livestock, attack. 2 missing persons blamed on animals. Wolves, bears, wildcats, likely culprits, police say, by Rex Murphy. Headline: choose 1 non-epic monster in any space. You suffer damage equal to the monster's remaining health, then you defeat it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I'm going to take 2 damage, because the monster's remaining health is 2. And then you defeat it, and because I defeat it, when you would gain a remnant, you may recover 1 health and 1 sanity instead. So, thank you. Instead of getting that remnant, it's dead. That was interesting. And what's the last one? Doom. Doom! Doom! Come on. Uptown is getting it at St. Mary's. That's new and stable space. Okay, all these are going to go back into the bag. We need to complete this. Okay. All right, so... Focus. You know what she's going to do? She's going to focus. She's going to focus observation. So she gets... She rolls 2 dice instead. And then she is going to use an action to get money because she's staying where she is. I should board. I really should. Greed. Actually, no. No. Because I had magnifying glass, I would have gotten a +1 to my observation. I would have rolled 2 blessed dice instead of 1, instead of losing what I had. I can roll 3 dice now. But I need money because I'm going to get a spell next. Worst case scenario for what we have, I pull a gate burst. This turns to 2/2/2. And then I pull a reckoning. I pull a which goes to 3, and then I pull another one. And then I pull another one which goes to 4. That's like the worst case. So should I ward? I like it for what I've been reading in the 2nd edition rulebook. 2 games have noticeable differences. Cool. Yeah, Kate, I'm curious to see like when you play 2nd edition, which one you prefer from what you. Okay. All right. High risk. We're gonna roll 3 dice to research to get this on that there. To get the one she has. Come on. Come on. That's the end of her turn. Roland. Roland's gonna move. Any people. And the only place to get people is the Historical Society. And I don't have any money, and I'm on stores that need to buy stuff, so I need to move. Roland's gonna move 1. Two, excuse me, the Moz boarding house, so that he can fight that monster next time, if he has to. And then he is going to. What was his second focus? I think his second focus is going to be, well, not second focus, his second action. I keep saying focus. His second action can be to, I'm going to gain a resource. I get $1. That will be his turn. Alright, no one's encountering anybody, so we go to the encounter step. Zoe's in Uptown at Yale Magic Shop. You see a familiar-looking old book and unfold the blood-spattered pages from your pocket. The markings in the margin match. You may spend $3 to purchase the rare text. I would become blessed if I had $3. Whatever. Okay. I don't. You are at Southside. The clue one at Ma's boarding house. Ma tells you that since guests have been few and far between, she will offer you a discount on your dinner. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 health. She complains of all these sinkholes and foul stenches keeping away. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. So I'll spend $1 to get rid of that foolishness, and I get a clue from the neighborhood. All right, so we've got all the clues we need. I just need to get Zoe to pass her test. Alright, so back to the bag. Hey, Faulty Joe. I just recently purchased this game. This game's fun. I like it a lot. I can see where 3 people, like, kind of working things through would be awesome. But it's like, the more people you add to this game, the chaos bag is just brutal. It gets harder the more people you add. So, a clue, top card, going to downtown. Clues, downtown now has 3 clues on it. Oh, interesting. Okay. And this is Zoe, by the way. Okay, banned books. Wow, this is a lot. Banned books banded about. Underground reading circles trade copies of forbidden texts. Libraries, schools threatened. What about the First Amendment? A. Wong, Associated Press. For each clue you have, you suffer 1 horror unless you discard that clue. Well, she will take that horror. She only has 1 clue. That is... These headlines are stupid. Alright, so that ends hers. So, Roland. So we draw the bottom part of the event. East Town's having a good old time at the police station. We gotta get up there and deal with it. And nothing. Okay. So... her first action is to observe, to research. She's gonna roll 3 dice. There it is. There's the success I wanted. So 2 goes on. Her second action is going to be to ward. So she got 2 successes. 1 goes off. She is done. Roland's first action is going to be to observe. So he rolls 3 dice. Yes! Alrighty. So, haha. When there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, discard all clues from the scenario sheet and flip this card. So discard all clues from the scenario sheet, flip the card. The corpse in the butcher's shop must have been Saul Chandler once. Now it's nothing but a dismembered carcass, bones cracked and gnawed, flesh torn and eaten as if a wild animal had been set loose. While you're examining the scene, Midnight Mask, Lita Chandler, wild-eyed and carrying a torch, finds you. So, I'm not facing this alone after all, she says. Then she gestures with the torch as a figure masked with a feral skull approaches, which I appreciate, frankly. This charming fellow is part of a cult that's spread throughout Arkham. My husband is just the latest victim of their ghoulish practices. If we work together, we can drag them into the light. The leader gains the Lita Chandler card. Looking familiar? Saw her in. Here she is. Okay. And I didn't say who the leader was, but I'll roll a die to see who it is in a second. But let's keep reading. I'll show you Lita and everything. The leader gains the Lita Chandler card. Spawn, once again, Midnight Mass. Spawn, the set-aside mass hunter engaged with the leader. The mass hunter, I'll show you that card too. I probably might make Zoe the leader, as she should be. Then take cards 13 through 17 from the archive. Shuffle each card into the top 2 cards of the corresponding neighborhood deck. Place 1 marker face down in each neighborhood. Okay, so we want 13 through 17. 13, 14, 17. Okay. So that's these 4. Flip them over. They're going here. And it says, shuffle each into the top 2 cards of the corresponding neighborhood deck. Okay. South side. 2. Looking away, I'm not looking at anything. Okay. Uptown. Is Lita gonna burn down the house again? So uptown, right? Boom. Shuffle. 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 Okay. Rivertown. Easttown. Okay. Downtown. Okay. All right, so I did that. Add card 12 to the codex and return this. Add card 12 to the codex and return this card to the archive. Okay. 12. 10's going back. 12's coming out. So 12, right? 10. Card 12. Yep. Okay. So, between your own investigation and Lita Chandler's discoveries thus far, it seems that a group of cultists is active within Arkham. They cover up the disappearances, Lita explains. They've been doing it for years, but we've only just noticed. How is that possible? The cult must be larger than I imagined. If you're to save Arkham from the ghouls and their hungering master, you'll need to find and dismantle this cult. After a worshipper of Umberdoth spawns, discard the marker. Oh, markers. Markers. Put the marker. What set of markers did first? What marker look like? Ah, okay. So the marker in each one of these neighborhood. We don't know where they are. Go. So the markers go down. Okay, so it says, after a worshipper of Umberdoth spawns, discard the marker in its neighborhood. After a worshipper is defeated, return that worshipper to the game box and place 1 marker on the scenario sheet. After the 5th marker is placed on the scenario sheet, if card 11 is still in the codex, flip this card. Okay. This is card 11. So we're trying to mitigate. All right, so let's show you Lita. Lita here is a zealot, Knight of the Zealot. Lita is a zealot. After you or another investigator deals damage to a monster in your space, Lita deals 1 damage to that monster. Ooh. And the Masked Hunter moved towards and engage, but he's engaged with the leader. And he is elite. Oh my gosh, he needs to be engaged with Zoe. He is elite. Has 1 additional health per investigator, so he has 4 health. He shuts my dice down by 2. He never speaks, never slows, never stops, never hesitates. He only hunts, and he's closing in. He will deal 2 damage and 1. Okay, so these are going to go to the leader, and I didn't pick a leader when I started. Oh my gosh, he needs to fight Lita. Actually, he could be engaged with Roland, and I'd be okay with it. All right, so odds Roland, evens Zoe. Boom! Odds. Roland it is. So Lita Chandler goes to Roland, and the Masked Hunter is engaged with Roland. Okay, so that was Roland's first action. So he still has another action. His second action is going to be to fight this dude. So his 38 special gets a +3 when I fight elite monsters. So I would roll 6, but it has -2, so I'm only going to roll 4. Plus, I got a +1 to strength, so I'm actually going to roll 5. So Lita will, it says, after you or another investigator deals damage to a monster in your space, Lita deals 1 damage to that monster. So as long as I roll 1 success, I'm going to hit it at least twice, sorry. At least 2 damage. I have at least 2 damage if I can hit it. And I have Rabbit's Foot to re-roll. 1, 2. Is there any clues in my space? There is. Do I have a 4? Darn it. So if 1 was a 4, I'd have made it 3. And I could have killed him. What can I do? I can re-roll 1 die. So I can do the Rabbit's Foot. Yes! Woohoo! So the Rabbit's Foot got me the 3rd success. And Lita is going to deal 1 damage to him, which is 4. So that's 4, my friend. That is 4 damage on you. And when you would gain a remnant, I can heal, but I'm not hurt. He doesn't give remnants anyway. So he has 1 additional health for each investigator, so he would have 4. I beat him. Cool. You're dead. So what do I do after I beat you? After a worshipper is defeated, return that worshipper to the game box and place 1 marker on the scenario sheet. Well, after the 5th marker is placed on the scenario sheet, here's the reason why I'm pausing for the greater good. Shut it. These people died for no reason. No reason whatsoever. Here's why I'm pausing, because the card game's got me. In the card, I don't want to spoil for people who haven't played yet. In the card game, there is something to this character. But I don't know if that counts here, because I don't think it does. I think he just dies. Because it says after the 5th marker is placed, flip it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't think it works that way like it does in Arkham, like it does in the card game. So we defeated him. Thank you, Lita. So that is good. Okay. Cool. All right. So here we go. That was the. What phase was that? That was his turn. He just finished. He's done. Okay, he's done. So now we go to the monster phase. There are no monsters here, and I don't have to take that horrible damage from him. Then there is the encounter phase. Neither one of them are engaged. So, Zoe gets the Ye Old Magic Shop, the Uptown. Okay. This says the proprietor, Miriam Beecher, motions to you. For a real aficionado like yourself, I keep a special collection of our rarest offerings in the back room. Care for a look? Reveal the top four spells in the deck. You may buy any number of them and put them at the bottom. This is killing me. Killing me. So let's reveal the top four. There is Mists of Relie. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Sorry. You may test lore in place of observation as part of an evade action. Next one, Wither. As part of an attack action, you may test lore -1. Add your results. Add your test results to the test results of an action. Wither is awesome. Shriveling is awesome. Shriveling. Test lore -1. The monster in your space or an adjacent space suffers damage equal to your test result. You may perform this action while engaged with the monster. And intervene. Once per round, while another investigator on any space is resolving a test, you may test lore. Add your test result to the other investigator's test result. I need money. I need money. I can't afford any of them, so it goes to the bottom of the deck. Wow, that is awful. So that's hers. Where did I think I put it back under here. Okay. Yep, I did. Okay, and then Roland, who is in Southside. Hey. Alright, Ma's got a free seat for dinner. You may spend $1 to recover 3 health. Miss Hill keeps a room here, Ma explains, but she's been acting oddly these days, these few weeks. Spends all her time at the museum. Spawn the set-aside Alma Hill monster at the Historical Society and return this card to the archive. Alma Hill. So the first one has appeared. Alma Hill. Lurker. Leader draws 2 tokens from the Mythos Cup. What? Oh no. Alright, so I'm gonna show you her in a second. So, she's elusive. Alma does not engage investigators in her space, so we have to spend an action to engage her. Yay. After you defeat Alma, test lore. If you fail, you draw 2 tokens from the Mythos Cup. Come on! Come on! Okay, so... Oh, this just ratcheted up the hard. So this is Alma Hill. Human cultist. Lurker. Leader draws 2 tokens from the Mythos Cup, so the leader Roland is going to draw 4 tokens until we take care of her. And when we defeat her because she has 3 health, I need to test lore. If I fail, I draw 2 more tokens from the Mythos Cup. Splendid! Splendid. So she's at the Historical Society. And this gets returned back to the York. Okay. Splendid. Awesome. Just awesome. Okay. So that ends that. And now that ends the encounter phase. That only happens on the monster phase, but splendid. Mythos phase for Zoe. On a monster. It is a corpse taker. Spawn at the place with the most doom. And it's a lurker. Move 1 doom from this space to the scenario sheet. Okay, we have to start killing. So this is the corpse taker. And its health. 4 health, -2 dice. We need to kill this creature. It's an elite. So Roland takes care of elite. So you're spawned at the place with the most clues. It's the police station. Cool. Cool. So that's first for Zoe. Yay, the reckoning. So we got 3 there right now. Let's move those away. Alright, so this goes from the bottom. I was have to need Rivertown. Rivertown is going to get one at the graveyard. Things are unraveling fast. Alma must die. And nothing. Alright, top of the round. It's gonna get to do this again. I don't know if there's anything I can do right now. One, two. I'll let Roland deal with her. Or Roland can deal with the guy. Do 1, 2, and then ward, actually. He has 3 health. I can engage with her and then deal her some damage. Yeah, Zoe's gonna deal with her. Zoe will do... Let's see what we can do. Zoe's first action is going to be the alchemical process. She'll spend the remnant so she doesn't take a sanity damage. And she's going to test lore, which she'll roll 3 dice. Get some money. Hopefully. Nope. Not a single dime. So that was a waste of time. She'll move 1, 2. I was going to try to get some money so I can spend 2 to get to her to prep for the next round. But those are the breaks. Alright, so that ends her turn. Roland is going to do 1, 2, and then he'll ward. 2 lore. He got 1 success, so at least he gets rid of 1. And that ends his turn. Oh, monster turn. Move 1 doom from this space to the scenario sheet. Starts at 4. And leader draws 2 tokens from the Mythos Cup. Yay! This is why we need to kill her. Clue draws from the top card. Is Rivertown. Where you are, sir. Ah! And second one. Alma, you... Oh, this would have gone away. I would have removed it. After Worshipper is defeated, return that Worshipper. Discard the marker. After a Worshipper of Umbradoth spawns, discard the marker in its neighborhood. Okay. That's what I didn't do. Okay, so there's a gate spawn in here. And it's coming up right about now. So let's deal with encounters first. Zoe is in a street. So we grab the street, and she is on a forest area, a scenic area. Something has been carved into the bark of a tree. Test lore. He rolls 3 dice. He has 1 success. If you pass, you recognize the proud declaration of youthful love, some 20 years gone in the scars of the tree bark. You or an ally recovers 2 sanity. Thank you. Okay. So you. Then Roland is at the graveyard in Riverton. The groundskeeper Leonard Coburn asks you to help dig a fresh grave. Either test strength to get the job done quickly or become delayed to take your time. Okay. I'm going to test strength. Got a boost on it. So I'm rolling 4. And I can reroll 1 die. But I don't need to. I got 2 successes. If you pass, you uncover something strange. You gain 1 remnant and $3. Right. Bottom of the deck. Alright, so now... Mythos phase! Oh yeah, the gate burst is coming. So, this goes from the bottom. In Uptown, here, St. Mary's gets 2. Well, 1. And this is Zoe. Oh yeah, it's 4 in here. Gate burst is happening. And spawn a monster. I'm just gonna show you what I summon. For health. Reward. After you defeat this monster as part of an attack, you gain 1 curia. Cool. 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 Is this sounding like... So, and it spawns... Spawn at Most Doom. Most Doom is here at St. Mary's. Alright. So that was that. Let's get this gate burst over with. I know they're like draw. It's only 2 left in, so it's happening. Just when? Now. Alright, so gate burst, top card, each space of south side. Here. 2, 3. Grab all of these. Shuffle all this fun stuff up, put it back. And the last token. Even the newspapers are against me. Let's see what happens. Church leaders bless city. Catholic, Protestant, Greek, Jewish faith leaders unite. Response to sightings of demons, satanic rites by Amelia Baxter. Headline. Test willpower and resolve the effect based on your test result. Cool. His willpower is 3. I got 2 successes. 5 and this is just 3. So you become blessed, spawn a monster in your space. Yay, and so you become blessed, spawn 1 monster in your space. Okay. Let me do that first. I'll deal with it. A vicious glutton. It spawns in my space. And it's just garbage. So it becomes engaged with me. Alright, the bag is empty. Put all these things back in the bag. Alright. She is a problem. He is a problem. I can engage with him immediately and have benefits if I beat him. I just have to deal with her. Alright, so I'm gonna move Zoe in and engage this ghoul guy. He's got 4 health. She's gonna take 1 to test willpower of 4 on the cross. I rolled 1 success, so 1 damage goes on this guy. So that was her free action. Then her action is going to be to engage. So attack. So she rolls. So she's going to roll all 5 die to attack. And let's see what happens. 1 success. Yeah, that's actually. I'm going to spend this observation to re-roll a die. Closer I can get, because I don't want this to be a 1 success every single run. Nope. Just 1 success. So she puts... In rolling... I've rolled 9 dice, and I only got 2 successes. 9 dice. A 4 and a 5. I only got 2 successes. Killing me. Okay, so all right. That's the end of her action. He is going to move 1, 2, become engaged with this guy. Oh no, he can't. He's engaged with a vicious glutton. Ooh, almost messed that up. Okay, so it has a remnant, and there are clues in the neighborhood. So it has a remnant, which means I'll roll 3 extra dice, plus 3, 6, minus 1 for the monster, 5. So I'm rolling 5 dice. I got lead on my side. I got Lucky Rabbit's Foot, and I can increase. I got a crit success. Why can Zoe do this? Anyway, it's dead. Okay, so I'm gonna gain that remnant so I'm not hurt. I'm just mad about this, but whatever. So it dies. It's just delaying him. That's what it's really doing. It's delaying. Alright, so it's going to... So then he's going to move and become engaged with this guy. He'll just have to take the damage. It's just what it is. So, I don't need that lurker doing its ability right now. So that's what that is. Then he'll move 2 to do that. That's all I can do. Okay. Monster turn. She gets hit for 2. She's gonna put... Yeah, she gotta take both. And 1 sanity. He gets hit for 2, so let's spread this out a little. Implacable, take 1. I'll take 1. Sanity damage. Implacable, take 1. And I'll put 1 on the cat, because the cat can take 2. The cat can take some stress. Okay. Then draw 2 from the Mythos Cup. The ones just put back into the bag. Nice token. Is that how they came with the game? Oh, hey Joe. What you see here, let me put it over here so you can see it. These are actually coin capsules that I bought off of Amazon. You can find the link to these coin capsules. I'll put them at the bottom of this description of the game after we finish playing. But if you want to know these precise ones that I got, you can get these, and I pulled this from the bag, so it's nothing. But you can get these if you go to my Arkham Horror, the card game playlist. They're on that link on that description, so you can go and check those out. 38%. Yeah. I got this idea from Kate. Kate gets all the the credit for this, because I was like, I don't like the tokens. They're cardboard and they just feel weird in the bag, and it was just, and Kate was like, hey, she uses these tokens for her, so I bought some, and I haven't turned back. These things are great. I have them for this, I have them for Arkham Horror, the card game, and I have them for Warp's Edge. So these are really great. So the first one Zoe drew was a blank. The second one Zoe draws is... Oh. Okay, so... Alright. Cursed treasure brings money problems. Great. Oh no. Okay. Test willpower. This money is the root of all evil. Treasure belongs to pirates. Marsh family of Innsmouth claims treasure is theirs. By Rex Murphy. I'm gonna roll 4 dice. Oh no! Oh no! I become cursed. I am cursed. This is cursed. Cursed dice are the red dice. And the only way to get rid of the red dice is to roll a 6. Because that's the only way to get a success. And she's engaged with a stupid monster. So... the chaos bag is being the chaos bag. This is from the bottom. East side police station. Because I'm getting gate bursts. And spawn a monster. Let me guess, it's gonna engage with Roland. That's how angry I am about this. Hooded stalker. Spawn at most doom. Wasn't wrong. Cage with Roland. So I was not wrong. Okay. Okay. I'll just let Roland deal with both of them. Okay, so that's that. So first round, Zoe rolling the red horrible dice that I never wanted you to see. I just need to make one success and I'm no longer cursed. But this is how life is right now. So she is going to attack this monster that she's engaged with. The ghoul priest. Actually, nope, that's not right. That's not right. I did something wrong. That was the monster phase. Okay. I caught what I did wrong. So people who are watching this later, I caught myself. You know, give it a couple seconds before you're like, you suck. Okay, so that 2 pull was for Alma Hill. Cool. That 2 pull was for Alma Hill, so she is cursed. The monster hasn't spawned yet, but it will. I'll let this take effect. And the Doom hasn't spawned yet, but it will. So that's coming at Zoe's turn. So that was the end of the monster phase. Then the encounter phase, Zoe's engaged, so she doesn't draw an encounter. Roland's engaged, so he doesn't draw an encounter. Okay. Then the Mythos phase, this happened. And I need to draw 2 more tokens. Because Alma Hill is going to destroy me. The Reckoning. 1 Doom on this bad boy. It is at 5. Yeah. So take 3, 3, 4, 5. So it's at 5. So that there's 5 on the Doom now. That was the only Reckoning. Yep. And nothing. There we go. I almost messed that up. Alright, now it's fun time. Okay, so Zoe is going to be rolling. She's engaged. She's rolling 3 dice. -1, she'd be rolling 2 dice. Oh, man. Okay, so our first action is to focus. Let's get back to some plausible way to win. And our second action is going to be to attack. Fails. 1, 2, and 4. That's the end of her turn. She might die. This cursed is not what I expected. She might die. Okay. 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 Roland's turn. Roland's got a little bit of a better chance here. He is going to attack the corpse taker. So he is going to roll 3, 4 with the +1. Because it's an elite, it gets +2. He's going to roll. So he's at. It's 3 and 3, 6. +1, 7. He's rolling 7 dice. He's got 2 successes. And he needs to roll 2 more dice. Actually, there's no clues in his zone because I would have pitched that to 3. And then I would have beat him. So he rolls 2 more dice. There we go. 4 straight up. So that kills this guy. And instead of getting a remnant, I'm going to heal a health and sanity. So he's dead. And that was both his actions, so he's done. Monster turn. He's going to get hit 2. He's almost dead. He's going to get hit for 2 and 1 sanity. He has 1 health left. Okay. And then Alma's going to make me draw 2. Clue. Top card. Clue's going into Rivertown. This scenario got very hard. So Clue's going into Rivertown. And nothing. Alright, nothing but bad things ahead then. So that's Alma Hill. We're both still engaged. Did I get hit for that? Nope, I didn't get hit by this guy. The Hooded Stalker would hit me 1, so that'll go to Implacable. Okay, so now we're both engaged, so no encounters. So then now we're at the Mythos phase. You could die here. Gate Burst for Zoe. Gate Burst is top card. Gate Burst at Uptown, which is where she is. One, 2, 3. Shuffle up. Alma is destroying me. Oh, no. So-called Pharaoh speaks in Cambridge. Technological demonstration. Egyptian Narello masters uncanny science. Headline: you suffer 3 damage and 3 horror unless you gain the Dark Pact condition. She has no choice, or else she's going to die. So we need to shuffle up the Dark Pacts. She's cursed and she has a Dark Pact. It is not going well for Zoe. Oh boy. So she gets a Dark Pact. And basically what a Dark Pact is when the Reckoning happens, I have to roll a die and I can't help it. If I roll a 1, the Dark Pact comes due. Roland. Where's that going? That's coming from East Town Police Station, because why not? Spawn a monster. The Nightmare Fiend. Fun guy. Fun guy. Spawn at street nearest prey. Hunter, move towards enemy with the lowest willpower, which would be Roland. So the Nightmare Fiend. That guy. Creepy looking fun guy. And he has 4 health. So feed. After the monster deals damage to an investigator or ally, it recovers that much health. It heals. Yay. So it's praise the person with the lowest willpower, and it would be in the street next to him. It doesn't matter where I put it, so I'm going to put him here. And that is that fantastic, fun, joy time. Okay. He is going to focus. He has to beat this guy So basically, that guy's -1. She is going to be rolling 4 dice. Zoe's dead. There's nothing I can do. The cursed dice are just terrible. I rolled 2 5s, which would have been enough to kill him if she was rolling normal dice, but Zoe's dead. Actually, wait. I've been screwing myself. Stupid knife. Because I was like 3, 4, 5. She actually gets to roll 2 more dice because of her chef knife, and she would have rolled 2 more dice before for her chef knife. So I'm just going to make this happen. I'm going to do the 2. So the first one was garbage. The second one, she got a success. She's going to... What can she do? She's no longer cursed, but I want to see if I can re-roll one. Let me see if this works. I gotta go to the rules. Oh my god. Alright, so because this will be either she lives or she dies. Focus. Choose one skill and gain a focus that corresponds to that skill. That skill value is increased by 1 for as long as you have the focus token. Focus tokens can be spent while resolving a test to reroll dice. For each focus token spent, reroll 1 die, even if the skill being tested does not match the focus token. Okay. Let's go to focus tokens in the reference, because I can see if I can ditch them all right now and reroll two dice. The focus action is an action that can be performed by investigators. When you perform a focus action, you focus 1 skill. You can focus each no more than once. You can focus each skill no more than once, which makes sense. After you perform a focus action, if you have focus tokens exceeding your focus, you must discard. Yeah, until someone tells me. So I got 1, and then I'm gonna re-roll the 2, getting rid of the 2 focus. And I got the other one. Oh god. So I kill him. Ugh. She lives. So I kill him. After you defeat a monster, you may remove 1 doom from your space or recover 1 health. She's gonna recover 1 health. After you defeat this monster as part of an attack action, you may gain 1 curio. Okay, what do you got? I'm going to get the tattered cloak, so no monsters can engage me. I'm no longer cursed because I rolled a 6 success, and I'm sure I'm gonna get written about that, but I just want to that's how I'm reading it, because it doesn't say that I can't spend them after I roll. So I gain a curio item, beat that guy. The new item that comes out is fine clothes. Once per round, you may pay half price rounded up while buying an item. Okay, she needs people. That's what she needs. So I got the tattered cloak, so enemies won't engage with me. Instead, after you defeat a monster with elite, or were you just mean? No, you were just mean. Okay. That ends her turn. She focused and then she did it. Alright. Okay. Okay. Roland's turn. Roland's he's got a guy on his butt that he's gonna fight. So he's gonna fight this guy. This guy. He is going to, yeah, and then I can exhaust the hunter. So he is going to attack this guy, who's going to roll 2 plus 3, so 5, and Lita will deal 1 damage as long as I hit him. And I do. So he's dead. So he dies for the first action. The second action, I'm going to cast the spell Binding as an action. So I'm going to spend a remnant so I don't take any psychic damage. And it says after you. Does he have a remnant? No, he does. Okay. So choose a monster on any space and test lore using that monster's evade mod. You good sir. Your evade mod is -1. So test lore -1. So I'm rolling 1 die. If you pass, exhaust that monster. Maybe I might not want to do that. Maybe. I mean, I could discard the cat as part of an evade action. You discard this cat to add 2 successes. I could re-roll a die. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. I could re-roll a die too. We're doing. 2. I'm gonna spend this one to re-roll. There we go. Haha. So I got a success, which exhausts the monster. So he is exhausted. Okay. So he's alive. But for how long? So that ends his turn. The monster turn. He's exhausted. He's not going to bother me. She, however, is going to be a pain in my life. So I draw 2 for her. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. Uptown. Uptown is getting 1 on Ye Old Magic Shop. So let me read this first here to make sure I got this right. If a space has 4 or more doom, remove 3, then place 1 doom in each other space in that neighborhood and 1 doom on the scenario sheet. Okay, so this isn't like the other one where gate explosion. Okay, cool. So that's 1. And a clue. Clue comes from the top part. Downtown. Downtown is clue heaven. But I don't need clues. I just need to find these people. Well, both of them are not engaged, so we can go people shopping now. Alright. So that's the monster phase. The bag is empty. Put stuff back in. Okay. No one's engaged with anybody. The monster will ready at the end of the monster phase. No one's engaged with anybody. So then we start drawing. So Zoe. Uptown. Here we go. So Zoe's at St. Mary's. You finally get the exhausted nurse Sharon's attention. You may spend $1 to recover 3 health. You sneak into the morgue and watch the mortician load a body into the unmarked car. Spawn the set-aside Ruth Turner monster at St. Mary's and return this card to the archive. I really wish I had money, but don't. Alright, Ruth Turner. So Ruth Turner, human cultist, lurker, place 1 doom at Hangman's Hill. So elusive, does not engage with you. After you disengage Ruth, she is defeated. Okay, so I know what I gotta do. Alright, oh my gosh. She spawns where I am, and she's elusive. And this stuff. So that's her. Then we are going to Roland, who is at East Town. Next person. Alright, he's at the police station. You share your findings with Sheriff Engel. Test influence. 2 dice. And I still haven't used my reroll yet. Using the reroll. Success. Haha. Okay, so if you pass, he offers you some off-the-books help. You gain 1 common item. That is the fine clothes or the knife. I don't care about either one of them, but I'll take the fine clothes. Next item that comes out is the bulletproof vest. That is what Zoe needs. Once per round, if 2 or more damage would be dealt to this card, prevent 1 of that damage. Okay. Whether you pass or not, one particular cop was listening intently. Spawn the set-aside Billy Cooper monster at the police station and return this card to the archive. Bill E. Club. Billy Cooper. Oh my gosh. Am I frozen? Oh goodness. Yep, I think I'm frozen. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Working on it. Working on it. Working on it. Working on it. Can y'all see me or no? Oh, there we go. Can y'all see me okay? Maybe? Not froze for me? Okay, okay. Alright. Sorry, I got a message saying I was frozen. Just want to make sure I'm not. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, is it still fuzzy? Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you. Alright. Okay, so where were we? Billy Cooper. Billy Cooper, monster, lurker. Place 1 doom at the police station, which would be bad. If you defeat another monster while engaged with Billy, he is also defeated. So we've got ways to beat them without fighting, but he is not elusive. So Billy spawns at the police station. Place at the police station and return this card to this card. So he spawns at the police station and he becomes engaged with me. So I noticed him, he rushed me. Okay. So I found 2 more. Alright. So that is the end of the encounter phase. Now we're at the Mythos bag phase. So let's see how much of these things. Why is Yeah, I did that right. Because she made me go back to the bag. I did that right. I didn't mess that up. Zoe. Spawn a monster. Cool. Zoe gets the Creeping Ghoul. Spawns an unstable space. Troll. Move towards unstable space. Engage highest lore. Creeping Ghoul. Creeping Ghoul's got 3 health. Flavor tap. Okay. Creeping Ghoul spawns at the Old Magic Shop. And Zoe also pulls. No! Stop it! No! Zoe's dead. Zoe's dead. There's no way around it. Zoe just died because of that. So, it says, unexplained sightings near river. Strange sights, just swamp gas, says authorities. No truth to rumors of monsters. You suffer 1 damage for each doom in your space. 1, 2, 3. Even if I put 1 on the cross, she still takes 2 and she dies. So let's see what happens when an investigator. Oh. Being defeated. So let's see what happens. When you are defeated, remove your investigator token from the board and discard all of your cards and tokens. She just had the worst luck. Dark Hexagon. Look at the bottom. I'll look at the bottom. Magnifying glass at the bottom. Move. Not only do you lose your investigator and equipment, the city of Arkham suffers as well. When you are defeated, you must place one doom on the scenario sheet. Cool, so it's at 6. You will need to select a new investigator control. Return your defeated investigator sheet and token to the box and choose a new investigator that has not been played yet during this game. As in setup, gather your new investigator sheet, investigator tokens, and unique starting possessions. After the Mythos phase is over, place your investigator token at the starting space. If you're playing that scenario. You're ready to continue the investigation. Cool. Zoe is departed. And we have so many. These are all the investigators that came with I have all the games. So these are the investigators that came with them. So Zoe died. And it says draw a new investigator. So basically you keep going until you win. We'll see how we do. Let's see. Go with Wendy. Wendy Adams. Zoe is going bye-bye. Wendy's card. Wendy's there. And we will have Wendy's abilities. Put Zoe back. And got her abilities. So they try to help you win, I guess. More or less. Alright. So Wendy. Take a look at Wendy. Wendy Adams, the urchin, shortcut. Before or after you perform an additional action as part of an evade action, you may move up to 2 spaces for free. Okay, so she's got pretty similar stuff to Zoe. So it says... The story so far. After her father was lost at sea and her mother was committed to the asylum, Wendy was remanded to the custody of an orphanage. Wendy knew that her mama wasn't crazy. Right. The chants she chanted, the sigils she scrawled, she did those to keep them safe. That's why she'd given Wendy her amulet with its crooked star design. Without Mama's protection, Wendy knew the orphanage wasn't safe, so she left. One day she found the photograph of her father with writing in Russian. On the back was a message. Soon. The red tide rises. Stay safe, my little girl. Suddenly, Wendy felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. She is a survivor. Your advantage lies with surviving the relentless assault of the Mythos and helping your followers do the same. Supporting one another will lead you. So she gets Mama's amulet to start, which I'll show you that. And we choose between Mr. Potterson or Mysterious Photo. This is adorable. Okay, so she gets Mama's amulet, which is once per round you may prevent 1 damage or horror that you would suffer. And then, so she gets that, and then we need to choose Mr. Potterson. Before 1 or more monsters would attack you, you may discard this card to disengage and exhaust that monster. Or Mysterious Photo. After you gain a clue, you may focus 1 skill of your choice. We gotta take Mr. Potterson. Before 1 or more monsters would attack you, you may discard this card to disengage and exhaust those monsters. But it could take some damage from her. After you would gain a clue, you may focus 1 skill of your choice. We'll go with Mr. Potterson. Okay. So here, and she gets $1. That's when she starts with $1. And she will start in the starting location, the general store. Okay. Okay, so that was how Zoe died. Now it's Roland's turn. On Doom. Doom comes from the bottom to Uptown. Here we go. So, alright. So it says, if a space has 4 more Doom, remove 3 Doom from that space. Then place 1 Doom in each other space in that neighborhood. Boom. And 1 on the scenario sheet. Boom. So we're at 7. So 1 more and the agenda advances. And we have to draw another token. Gate Burst! Guess where it's going? I bet you. Rivertown. Rivertown gets a Gate Burst. 1, 2, 3. Grab these. Shuffle them up. Here. Okay. That ends those 2. That's that. Alright. So our turn. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to think. You're engaged with Billy. So you're gonna punch Billy in the face. You're gonna punch Billy in the face hard. Okay, so I'm gonna roll. Billy's not elite. So 3 plus 2, and Lita does 1. Minus 1 die. So I'm rolling 4 dice. First action is to attack. 1, 2, which is perfectly fine. And then Lita will deal the 3rd, killing you sorry, loud. So he's defeated. Billy's defeated, and it says, after a worshiper is defeated, return that worshiper to the game box and place 1 of the markers on the scenario sheet. So I beat 1. Okay. That's his first action. His second action is going to be to ward. Two successes. Oh. And I get a remnant because of that. So, cool. That ends his turn. Young Wendy. Young Wendy. 1, 2, and then you are going to ward. One success before or after you perform an additional action part of your invasion. So I remove 1. So that ends Wendy's turn. Wendy's just walking around doing her thing. Okay. Alright, so then it is the monster turn. You are going to engage with Roland and hit him for 2 and 2. So he has to take both. Lita can take 1. So he'll take 2. And Lita, you enjoy some sanity on top of it. I'll put 1. Okay. So monster turn, so he engages attack. Troll, move towards unstable space. Engage highest lore. Dang it. Well, the unstable space is the general store. He engages with Wendy. Because she has the highest lore. And he's going to hit her for 2. Said before one or more monsters would attack you, you may discard this card to disengage and exhaust that monster. No thank you. You can prevent one. Once per round, you may prevent 1 damage or 1 horror that you suffer. So she'll prevent the horror. She'll put 1 damage on Mr. Potterson and 1 damage on her. See you, Joe. Thanks for joining. Alright. Thanks for joining, man. Alright, so that ends the monster phase. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. She's gonna put a Doom on Hangman's Hill. I gotta draw 2 horrible things. Oh my gosh. This is going south. 1 is a clue. Clue comes the top card going into Uptown. And the other. Bottom. Uptown. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I drew this card that is going to make Doom spawn in Uptown. Where do you think it spawned? Where do you think it spawned? I'll drink some water and then I'll tell you where it spawned. It spawned in both of these places. It spawns on Hangman's Hill and on the Ye Olde Magic Shop. So let's take it in turn. Hangman's Hill would instead of when the 4th one goes, if a space has 4 or more Doom, remove 3 Doom from there. 1, 3. Place 1 here, here, and here. That's 8. We'll get to that. Which would cause this one to spawn. So 1, 3, here, here, here. Then 1 gets spawned here. Alright. There are 6, 7, 8. This advances. Flip this card. If card 10 is still in the codex, flip that card. If card 10 is still in the codex, flip that card before continuing. Card 10 is not in the codex. Shadows gather around Hangman's Hill, a deep and unaccountable darkness that sends people and animals fleeing from their homes. The shadow form a shape that is too dark to resolve, or too fluid, or too awful to contemplate. Umberdoth is come. Take card 19, Umberdoth Epic Monster, and spawn it at Hangman's Hill. Oh. And we'll look at that in a second. Add card 18 to the codex and return this card to the archive. I think we're about to lose. So add card 18 to the codex. A Feast of Ghouls. The reason for this mysterious disappearance stands revealed. As the shapeless enormity of Umberdoth stalks Arkham, everywhere it goes, it consumes corpses, worshippers, livestock, townsfolk. The devourer below makes no distinction. It eats everything and everyone in its path. Yet some intelligence guides its movement. As it draws inexorably closer to you, you can feel its hunger clawing at your mind, twined to a hatred more intense than merely mortal. Umberdoth hungers, but it is your flesh in particular it craves. The Umberdoth epic monster's health is reduced by 2 for each marker on the scenario sheet. After the Umberdoth epic monster is defeated, flip this card. When there is 15 or more Doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can we do something with Lena? I agree, Kate. Alright, so let me show you Uberdoll. This game is hard and I love it. So epic monster, this is him. Ancient one. Massive hunter, move towards nearest investigator. He's in the space with the nearest investigator. Oh yes. Epic. Elite 4 has 4 additional health per investigator. I'm going to die. Massive. Uberdoth engages and attacks each investigator in its space. It cannot be exhausted. As you attack Uberdoth, you may spend any number of clues from the scenario sheet to deal that much additional damage. Ooh, Wendy's gonna die. Wendy's gonna die. Okay. So it's massive, and the massive rule still applies. Oh god. Okay, so that was Alma's doing. So that ends Alma's doing. Both of my investigators are engaged, so there's no encounters to be drawn. So then we go to the Mythos Cup. Oh yes, it gets worse. It gets so much worse. So it has 8 plus 12 health, so it has 20. Yeah, 20 health. It has 20 health right now. Minus 2 dice to attack. 20 health. I won't spoil Arkham Horror the card game what Kate was talking about, but I'd like to do that. So this will be Roland. So top card. East Town. It's blue. No one cares. No one cares. Shuffle. Oh my gosh, this is intense. Alright. And the second thing. Blank. Rolling a break. Wendy. Blank. Newspapers have killed me today. They've been killing me. Add this card to the codex and discard. Okay. Truckers' strike leads to shortage. Trade unionists added again. Food necessities affected. Are unions communist? Are unions communist? AP Jessup Staff Rider. This is a rumor. Add this card to the codex and discard all other rumor headlines. The value of each item in the display is increased by 2 for as long as this card's in the codex. Before you would buy 1 or more items from the display, you may test influence -1. If you pass, you ignore this card this round. So that card's in the codex. So that's Wendy and Roland. Okay. Wendy! Wendy's gonna run. She's gonna run. Alright, so it says shortcut. Before or after you perform an additional action as part of an evade action, you may move up to 2 spaces for free. So before or after, I got 2 free space movements. So that means I can do 1 action to move to get in and get out, which I can probably try to kill her. No, I gotta engage with her. I can do 1, 2, 1, 2 to get to her. She is causing me pain. Oh, I'm engaged with a monster. That is a darn lie. I can run from it. What's my attack? 2? I'm just rolling 2 dice? Oh, Wendy. Alright. Oh, boy. I don't know what to do. I can exhaust the monster by getting rid of Mr. Potterson. So I'm going to evade and then run, because then I could get rid of Mr. Potterson to run. Okay. Alright, she's gonna evade. She rolls 4 dice. She's gonna evade. She's gonna evade the creeping ghoul, which is 0 on that, so she's gonna roll all 4 of her dice. She just needs 1 success. Okay. Well, she's gonna attack then with her 2 dice. Wouldn't it be 16 health, 8 plus 4 plus 4? You're right. My math is bad. It's not 20. I made it a lot more than, I made it 12. Why did I make it 12? You are right. It is 8 plus 4 is 16 health. She's gonna attack. Oh, Wendy. Oh no. Wendy's gonna die. Okay. So Wendy can't do anything. Roland. Oh boy. Roland. You're not elite. You're just a pain. So Roland's gonna have 5 dice. Roland could probably spend do binding to exhaust the creeping ghoul from attacking Wendy, and Wendy can Wendy will just have to take 1 damage. Oh boy. So Roland's gonna roll 5 dice and Lita's gonna help him. This is the type of stuff that ticks me off. Are you kidding me? So Roland defeats the guy, and instead of getting a remnant, he will heal 1 health, 1 health, and 1 stamina. Alright, so there's a lot, but I think the thing is you keep pulling investigators until the story's done, but look at this. There's no way I can win. I'm gonna call it after this. I mean, I'd like to push forward, but I might pull another. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Roland did that, and then Roland killed that guy. So Roland is going to move 1, 2. Stop there at La Bella Luna. He'll stop. He'll actually stop at Independence Square. Sorry, not La Bella Luna. Independence. So he'll stop there. And that ends his turn. Are you kidding? I could try to use binding. Actually, that's what I'll do instead. I'll stay at the police station. I will use the binding spell to test this against this monster, the creeping ghoul, to try to exhaust it. I got a 4, but it says, oh, that's an attack action. I'm going to use the Lucky Rabbit's Foot to reroll 1. 4 again, and I need to get rid of a remnant so I don't take psychic damage. Oh, I'm blessed. What am I doing? I'm blessed. That 4 would have been a success. I'm blessed. Ugh. So this creature would exhaust, so it won't attack Wendy. The Woomerdot's gonna attack Wendy. So Wendy is going to. Okay, so that is Roland's turn. The enemy's turn. Woomerdot's gonna go first. Woomerdot will attack Wendy. Wendy will before 1 or more monsters would attack you, you may discard this card to disengage and exhaust that monster. So Wendy's going to discard Mr. Potterton. Just going to scream, drop her bear, and before or after you perform an additional action as part of an evade action. As part of an evade action. Actually, she can't do that, can she? It says I disengage and exhaust. As part of Umberdot, massive, Umberdot engages and attacks each investigator in space. It cannot be exhausted. Nope. She's got to take it in the face. Wendy's going to take it in the face. She's going to get 3 damage on her and 3 sanity. Wendy's almost dead. So that ends her turn. Umberdoth. This creeping ghoul's exhausted. Root Turner spawns a thing here. And then this Lady Alma is my nightmare. Just a side note, with all the horrible stuff that happens, why would anyone live in this town? I'd have moved the first. Man, you're saying the same thing I say, Brian. Okay! So, 1 doom goes on the here, and how much does so we're at 10 when there are 15, so we're at 10. So when there are 15, it gets worse. So that's the Reckoning. There's no more Reckoning effects to deal with, not even on Umberdoth. And spawn Evil. Evil comes from the bottom, which is going to East Town on the police station. Okay, so that is Alma. Then we go to Pain. You're not engaged with anybody. You're engaged and just dealing with it all. Just all of it. So, you're going to draw a card from East Town from the police station. Oops. It's the clue card for the police station. It says, an occultist bribes you to exonerate him. You gain... An occultist bribes you to exonerate him. You gain 1 common item with value 3 or less. You may examine the case file. Observation. If you pass, you identify the real grave robbers. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. If you fail, find him, hang them, and I become cursed, which would get rid of my blessed. So I get one common item. I'm gonna get the bulletproof vest because we're gonna fight. And the shotgun. Hey. So shotgun's up. That's +5 as a weapon attack. So I says you examine the case file. So I roll observation 3 blessed. I'm blessed. And if I fail, I become cursed. If I pass, I get a clue. I passed. So I get this clue. Okay. So that was the encounter. Then we draw horrible things from the Mythos bag. So, Wendy, you're having fun. Nothing. And not nothing. Spawn a monster. Flesh Eater, spawn an unstable space, which would be Hibbs Roadhouse. Oh, that's, yeah, Hibbs Roadhouse. The Flesh Eater, what do you do? Move towards the engage high strength, which would be Roland. So you spawn there at Hibbs Roadhouse. Yeah. Yep. And that is Wendy. The bag is empty. Hey Dan, how's it going? Speaking of living, it's been 3 hours. How are you still alive? Alive is a relative term. Alive is a relative thing. Nothing. And a clue. So that's not too bad. So clues come from the top. South side. South side clue. Cool. Where's the thing like car? Transport to new location immediately. That's rolling. Okay. Okay, so top of the round, Roland, I need you to get down here. This would have re-up and re-engage her. I can move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna come here. So 1, 2, spend $1, spend $1. That's $2. Moved as far as I could go. I got $1 left on. Okay, that's all he's got. Actually, that was his first action. That's not all he's got. First action was to do that. His second action going to be to spend the remnant, do binding, gonna test lore, success. So this monster engaged with her is now exhausted. This is how you're supposed to use blessed. Alright, so that ends his turn. Your turn. Okay. You need to get out of dodge. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to evade -1 to... Wendy, why? Why? You're going to focus. Because that's all you can do. We will try to focus observation so you can evade with 4 dice next turn. That is your turn. Monster turn. Oh, this is so bad. Umberdot's gonna go. She is dead. Wendy's dead because she couldn't evade. So Wendy dies because she even if she puts 1 hit on him, Umberdot just devours her. She's dead. Ugh. And 1 doom goes on the agenda. We're at 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, and we have to go to 15. Let's see this through. I want to see this through. I want to see this. So we are going to pull out another investigator. I want to see this through to the end. I don't know. Rex Murphy. Let's do it. Let's do it, Rex Murphy. I got nothing. So Rex Murphy. No Rex Murphy, because he has this thing that says, when resolving a test, only 6s count as successes. No Rex Murphy. Go away. Go away. Die. Die in a fire. After you perform a research action, focus. Willpower check. We're gonna go with Agnes. Agnes Baker. Agnes Baker. So lost 2 investigators. This is rough. Agnes. Can you save my life? We can turn it around. We can still win. I probably should have gone with Jenny, but Agnes Baker. Where are you, Agnes? There you go. Okay. Agnes Baker. Blood casting. You may suffer 1 damage instead of horror while casting a spell. Blood is power. While casting a spell, if you suffer damage or spend remnants, you get +2 to lore. Nice. So that's her back sheet, which I'll read for you, but let's talk about what her fun is. She will get Heirloom of Hyboria as a default, which is this. After you cast a spell, you may focus one skill of your choice. Okay, she is a caster. Sweet. And then we need to pick between these two. So we play Flesh Ward. Once per round, if you, another investigator, or an ally on any space would suffer damage, you may test lore, prevent damage equal to your test results. Or Storm of Spirits, you may test lore in place of strength as part of an attack. What's her lore about? Yeah, I want to do that. I'm gonna get. We're far enough along. I'm getting Storm Spirit. So that will be hers. See what we got. The story so far: Agnes had been troubled by dreams and visions, robed figures, incantations, teeming monsters clawing at the edge of sight. But a while back, she fell and hit her head. Since then, the visions have come in more in her waking hours. She sees herself, leading the chanting of the robed figures, hiding a silver key in the masonry of a well, conjuring spells as a sorceress in the mythic land of Hyperborea. Seeking an explanation, Agnes came to Arkham, home of storied witch trials and other strange events. She took a job at Velma's, and then one day she found an old well with loose masonry, and she found an old silver key hidden inside it, exactly where she knew it would be. She is a mystic, and she starts off with $3. So she gets the Heirloom of Hyperborea. After you cast a spell, you may focus one skill of your choice, and Storm of Spirits. And she gets $3, and she will spawn 3, and her 2, because Wendy came in just to die. Fortunately. There you are. So, Agnes spawn here. Let's see this through, shall we? Okay, so Agnes spawns there. That was the monster phase. So Umberdoth killed Wendy. You're exhausted. You will spawn one on Hagman's Hill, which will explode. 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 So 3 just got placed on there. So we're at 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. So one more, and it advances. So that's you. Then you, I have to draw 2 bags from the token. I think this might be it. Gravy. Okay. With even more going on, why even go on anymore? Opinion: everything's hopeless. The end draws near. Advertiser's final issue? Doyle Jeffers. You roll 1 die. This die roll is not a test. You suffer a total amount of damage and or horror equal to the die result. You may choose how to split the die result between damage and horror. 2. You. Who's you? This was Alma's, so I guess it's any investigator. Sure. Sure. I'll take that horror, and you can take that damage. And that. So that is Alma's 1. And a blank. Okay. Neither investigator is engaged. This would have re-upped. So, you, good sir, will draw from South Side. It's the South Church. Donations are sought to restore disturbed graves. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 sanity. Yeah. You search for more information. Okay, so I'm blessed, and then 3. I get to re-roll 1 with my rabbit's foot. There we go, success. If you pass, you learn bodies are taken to the caves. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. If you fail, you waste hours and are delayed, but blue. Cool. And the U. Okay, that was Agnes. Nope, that was the encounter. And then Agnes now goes, and she is in Rivertown. And she is at the general store. You notice that the rifle that usually hangs on the wall has gone missing. I've got it loaded behind the counter, says Davy. We've been getting a lot of dangerous oddballs coming around. But don't worry, we plan on staying open. You may buy any number of common items from the display. Well, the shotgun is 3 and you are a caster. But Mystic is 4 and you only have 3. Mystic Tome would have been baller. That would have been great. Not gonna buy anything. Not gonna buy anything because I need spells for her. You need to get down to ye old magic job. All right, so that ends that. That was the encounter phase. Now for the mythos phase. Roland. Spawn monster. An abyssal servant spawn at street nearest prey, and the prey is moved towards and engage investigators with the most clues, which would be Roland. Right. And nothing. Agnes. The newspaper is very thematic. Spawn a monster. Rogue figure. Spawn at most doom. Here. Move towards investigator with the lowest strength. And the reckoning. And there we have it. So the reckoning happens. 1 goes on here, so we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. When there is 15 or more doom on the scenario, flip this card. It... Alright. Here's what happens. And once again, Midnight Mass, remember that. Here's what happens. The first sentence. The first sentence. It eats Lita Chandler first when it catches you. The creature, if creature it is, lacks anything you can describe as a mouth, but it eats her all the same, screaming, bones cracking, blood pooling as she vanishes within its smoky tendrils. Then it comes for you, expanding in its hunger and its menace as it flows. You try to flee, but Umberdaw drags you back inside it, and you feel its teeth for the first time. Your only comfort lies in the faces of its worshippers, gathered to watch your demise. You just have... I'm sorry, I'm laughing as my hand's shaking. You have just long enough to watch their grin rapture transform to terror as Umberdahl finishes with you and reaches out for them. We lose the game. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know what I did wrong. I think that's my main thing. I don't know what I did wrong. And I think like I'm gonna leave it to comments and people just kind of giving me some insight on what I could have done better. The dice rolls weren't with me. Zoe being cursed was just bad. That was just awful. Wow, Roland did well. I think I might keep rolling around for the next scenario, but Roland did well. But yeah, that was, oh my gosh, that was something. That was something. The newspapers destroyed me, and there were 2 left. You suffer 1 damage for each monster in your neighborhood. Place 2 doom in your space, or gain a dark pact. Nothing good. Nothing good was left. I don't want to read what would have happened if we succeeded because replayability. So, 7, 12. This lady, Alma Hill. This lady. Oh. Oh my gosh. I think that was the thing. Taking her out probably should have been my main focus, but stuff was happening all over, and probably taking her out would have been the best way to solve this problem. I got rid of one of them, but wow. Not playing Mage Knight instead. Funny, Dad, funny. Yeah, yeah. Alma Hill was my mistake. All right, let's go up and chat. Oh my gosh, this game is hard but fun. Like, I want to beat it. I want to destroy it so bad. I beat the Mass Hunter, which made me feel good about myself. So that made me feel good. But man, that was hard. Oh goodness. So that was Arkham Horror 3rd edition, Feast of Umberdoth, or me. So we definitely lost that scenario in the worst way possible. Yeah, I think taking care of Alma Hill should have been key. And with more investigators, if you were to play with like 3 or 4, I think 2 of them could have gone fought Alma while the other 2 start searching, and then after Alma was beaten, move up the chain. Like, so 3-player, this could be the sweet spot. So one's taking care while the other 2 are dealing with Doom and all that other stuff. But it was fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it. I still think this game's a lot of fun. I hope that people who watch this or are thinking about considering getting the game get it. It's good. It's a really good creation. Well, at least Lita died. Nice, Dad. Yeah, you're probably right. You don't win at Arkham Horror. You just do a little better each time. It's a wicked hard game. Imagine. It's wicked hard. It's hot. It's wicked hard. Now for a nice bowl of chowder. Get some clam chowder. Yeah. So that was Feast of Umberdoth. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition, and like I said, I still enjoyed it. I still think there's a lot of replayability because I don't know what'll happen if I succeed. I've been told that the first scenario I played is the hardest scenario, so this is not considered the hardest scenario. But we're gonna still persevere and continue playing because this game's fun and I want to see the story unfold. I like the way that they meshed in with Arkham Horror, the card game, in terms of the second scenario. I really like that a lot, so I thought that was fun. That's all I really got. So let's talk about what's coming up. Tomorrow, because Pac-Man's not available, we're not doing Arkham Horror, the card game, Path to Carcosa. Instead, I'm going to play Descent. So I'm going to go back to Descent and play that. And then Sunday, Gloomhaven. And so that's kind of what's on deck to be played coming up. So we'll have some fun with that and have a good time. All right. Y'all have been awesome. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and pulling up a chair and playing at the table with me. I had a good time. I wish I would have done better, but I had a good time. So thank you so much. Thank you, Patreons. Thank you, YouTube subscribers. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. If you like what you saw, hit like and subscribe to the channel. A little bit goes a long way. I appreciate it so much to get me closer to my goal, my milestone. If you enjoy and you want to join the Discord family, the links are at the bottom. So join in. We have fun. We are small, but we are legion. So we will grow as the channel grows and get better. So we'll get there. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. See you later. Insert comment here.